I love the smell of a tennis ball when you open up the can. I love the sound of the ball bouncing. I love the way it sounds when a person hits the ball. It's just a pure sport.
Jeff Maren is the head women's tennis coach at Liberty University. His love for the game began at an early age when he was defeated by a familiar foe.
My mother has something to do with my start in tennis. She was a tennis player. I was not. I played football, baseball, basketball as a kid. And my mother challenged me one day to play tennis. I went out on the court and she smoked me. But it challenged me to go out and learn how to play tennis so that I could beat her. So I actually took lessons just so I could beat my mother.
Jeff didn't stop there. After he conquered his mother, his focus turned toward conquering the tennis world. As a high schooler in 1985, he was ranked 6th in the state of Kentucky. And as a collegian at Thomas More University, he rose to the 50th ranked NAIA player in the nation.
I was lucky enough to grow up with a lot of players who were really good on the national scene. And so that gave me the opportunity to see where I could go and what I could do with my tennis. So I was challenged by the rankings. I was challenged by winning tournaments. I loved the competition. My main goals were basically to win tournaments.
Once his college days were over, Jeff realized that a pro career wasn't very likely. So he began to look for other ways to carry on his passion.
I'm a program starter. I have done that since I left college. Right after college, my alma mater asked me to start the women's tennis program. And I was very excited about the opportunity of just beginning something that had never existed. So I started the women's program. I did that for a couple years. I went into starting clubs. In terms of tennis, making money usually comes from working at a club. And so in college, I did that on the side, part-time, just to make some side money. As I got better at coaching and teaching, I started to make a little bit of a name and reputation in my area. And so clubs started contacting me and saying, would you be interested in not just teaching, but actually running the programs and running the clubs itself? And so at that point, it was more about me trying to stay in the profession that I really wanted to stay in and to make some money. I wanted to be able to make some money in my profession. I didn't think I could quite do that as a player, but I knew I could do that as a coach.
While club tennis supported Jeff financially for nearly 2 decades, he eventually felt drawn to take his teaching skills to another level.
Coaching at the club level had run its course for me, and I knew that I really, really wanted to work with high-level individuals. And at the club level, I could do that occasionally, but I couldn't do that all of the time. And I knew in college coaching, that's all I would work with, is at the high level, the elite level. And I really wanted to do that, and I really felt called to do it. I felt like this was my calling.
Jeff spent 6 years as the assistant women's coach at the University of North Texas. Then, in the summer of 2012, he learned about a head coaching position that had opened up at Liberty University.
When I saw the opportunity to come here to Liberty, I was like, this just looks like it fits me, personality-wise, faith-wise. This looks like it would be the right situation for me. And the program itself needed some growth. And so I really felt like I had that experience in growing programs and developing programs. So I just knew it was for me. I would have been surprised if I didn't get it because I felt so strongly inside that this is where I was supposed to be. And sure enough, it worked out that way. So it's a blessing.
At Liberty, Jeff believes his work as a coach involves more than just improving a backhand. He's focused on making the team his family.
My wife and I have always wanted to have a large family. We just weren't able to do that. We had one son, but we always wanted to have boys and girls, and we've had that. We've had basically 10 daughters most of our married life, with this team. So it's been really, really cool to be in a position to be able to influence and guide and help women. And we've been able to do that. My wife and I both. So she's a big part of this program too. So it's really been interesting to kind of see how God has put us into this situation. Because when I was younger, I would have never thought that this is where I would be. I think being a father figure is an important thing because all of the girls that come in, or at least almost every one of the girls that come here, are from somewhere else in the country or around the world. And so they have left their family, they've left their mother and father and come here. And they look to me and to the other coaches on our staff as individuals who are going to guide them and lead them in a positive, godly way. So I take that as a great responsibility to be able to not just teach them how to play tennis and how to hit a better tennis ball, but also teach them how to look to Christ for answers, teach them how to make good decisions, wise decisions that will impact their lives in a positive way. I take great pride, and it's a great opportunity for me to be where I am, to be able to do that, not just be on the tennis court and watch them play tennis.